Hi stock investors, JJ here. Welcome back. Well, Tesla's taken a tumble in the markets, over 12% here, and we're going to see what Dan Ives has got to say about this. He's still bullish, of course. He says, it's the most undervalued in the market in the AI space. And then we've got here a downgrade of Tesla. But let's look at the market. Look at that. What happened today? Tesla there, of course, down nearly well over 12% there in one day. That's pretty volatile even for Tesla, but it's had a big run up. We see even Microsoft down there over 3.5%. Nvidia, the chips, taking a tumble there, 6.8%. Anyway, that was definitely a down day. We're heading for a correction in the Mag 7. I just made a video about that. That Ed Yardeni thinks that's happening. It's 8% already in the Mag 7, and Tesla way over that, but it's had a big run up. Okay, let's see what Dan Ives has got to say for himself about. He doesn't look so happy there. Let's see what's going on.
The market reaction we're seeing in Tesla today, it's pretty extreme. How much of this is because Elon Musk tried to pivot to this idea of robotaxi and then couldn't deliver because he had to delay the whole event?
Yeah, I mean, I think it sharpens the knives between the bulls and the bears, because the bears will argue gross margins missed, price cuts continue to happen, and lower ASPs. But in my opinion, this story is about AI, robotaxi, robotics, and really actually a price stabilization that's happening, and I think demand that ultimately is starting to turn the corner in China. So for me, I'm actually more bullish today on the Tesla autonomous robotaxi story than 24 hours ago, because you got the date. I think outline maybe what I believe is going to be sort of the prototype, and actually pretty bullish on where they expect to actually start to see a dent. He said later this year, I think potentially into next year.
All right, we have a...
Okay, so we've got the robotaxi announcement that Elon made on the call 10th of the 10th rather than the 8th of the 8th, so that was delayed. That disappointed the market probably, and then what came out in the fundamentals, which he didn't really mention there, that they pretty much look like a car company now. And over on the main channel, I made a video about that, why Tesla tumbled. Go and see that if you want to. I'll leave a link to that in the description, or the link to the channel there in the description. But robotaxis, he's saying that's the big catalyst here coming up, but really in the meantime, I mean, when's the revenue starting to come from that? That's the problem there. He talks about the story, okay, so the story has definitely been carrying the stock, but can it continue? I mean, what if it's 2 years before we see any kind of revenue from this? Are we going to have quarter after quarter of these auto margins and lackluster results from Tesla Auto? Although energy was 100% growth, but it's a small part of the business so far.
We have a date for the event, which is October 10th, but we don't have a date for when things actually get going. And he's notorious for kind of pushing things off into the future. In the meantime, Tesla doesn't have enough of a lineup to really get people to come in and buy its existing cars. So what does Tesla do until the robotaxis really trickle down to the bottom line?
Well, so you go back 3 months ago, obviously stock's 140, the bears think it's going sub 100. Look where it is today. So the point is, the reason we are where we are today is investors are now starting to recognize the AI story. I think Tesla is the most undervalued AI play out there. We think AI alone could be worth $1 trillion to the name, as also this name is stabilizing from a demand and pricing perspective.
I'm going to ask you.
It's all future. This at the moment, it's just a story. There's $0 coming from this stuff. Anything like robotaxis or robots or AI, anything like that, there's pretty much zero. We could say that AI is involved with FSD and they are making some revenue from that, but it's immaterial. And he's talking about $1 trillion. Elon Musk on the call was talking in multi-trillion dollars for these things, of course.
What Elon Musk has been asking users on X, should he invest through Tesla $5 billion in XAI?
We've said it, we've talked about publicly, this is a no-brainer. Because to me, it's all about Tesla further and further doubling down on the AI story. And I think that's what investors want to see. I have never, from the beginning, viewed Tesla as an auto company. I view it as a disruptive technology name. But that's why, look, the bears are going to come out today. They definitely on the margin miss. That's why the stock's down. But I believe we sit here weeks, months from now, and investors now start to focus more and more on 10-10.
Okay.
The market reaction.
Interesting. So focusing on 10-10, we've got we've got a while to that. What's the stock going to do in the meantime? Until then, I might talk more about this on the main channel here. Do a video about Tesla again, a follow up to this why it tumbled, and maybe talk more about Down Ives too. But let's now go to this one, downgrading Tesla due to lack of near-term catalyst. The downgrading, we'll talk about that in a second. But first, I want to tell you that I'm proud to have partnered with ShareSite as an affiliate to bring my audience, my viewers, my community a special offer. If you're not sure what ShareSite is, it's a portfolio tracking tool and reporting tool. It really helps with tax, makes tax easy, and for all in one, as it says here, all your investments in one place, not all over the place. So if you've got different brokers, different assets, you can bring it in there. And I'll just play a few seconds of this video to explain a bit more about what it is. And you can go to this page. I'll put a link in the description to go and see this, and you can see the rest of this video and much more information on here, and the offer, of course.
Here's how it works. Import your trading history with just a few clicks, either from your broker, from a spreadsheet, or manually. ShareSite organizes all your investments in one place, no matter where the assets live, so that you can track your total performance. Market prices, currency movements, and corporate... Okay, so that's the thing. I do that automatically, bring in trades into it. It comes in from the broker automatically. I don't do it manually, so it's pretty easy, and it gives you a true and total performance of your portfolio. So as I said, I put a link in the description to that if you want to check that out. You can also sign up for free, of course. See that, sign up for free and just check it out. There's some free features there and you can take up the offer if you want to later. So, but do use that referral link in the description. Okay, let's get back to this. This is the bear case, downgrading Tesla due to lack of near-term catalyst. Dan Ives was talking about that. There's nothing really in the near term. It's all story. It's all in the future. Oh, you have to believe in what Elon's saying that it'll come through. Elon actually said in the call, don't own Tesla stock unless you believe in robotaxis and FSD, that it's going to come through. So let's see what Nelson has got to say here.
What did you think of what you saw and you heard from the call and also from the report? Did it change your price target or your rating on Tesla?
Yeah, no question. It was a disappointing earnings release. They missed by 10 cents, and this is the fourth straight quarter that they've missed. So, in the aftermath of the earnings release, we've actually downgraded the stock from a buy to a hold. Our 12-month price target is now $240, and the stock has really had a impressive rebound since their last earnings release in April. The stock was up almost 70%.
So their target is still above what it is now. I think it's down. It was only down 7.34% here. It went down 12%. Not sure what it is, what the actual price is right now as I speak, but that's not too low there. But no short-term catalysts.
And so, in light of that, and also what we think is a lack of near-term catalysts here with the robo-taxi day having been delayed a couple months until October, there's really not much in the way of near-term developments, we don't think, in the story. And so we felt it was appropriate to move to a hold, and we will revisit that rating in October.
We're going to get to the...
Okay, so thinking about near-term catalysts, we've got the 10th of the 10th, that the robotaxi reveal. It's going to be interesting to see how the market reacts to that, and there won't be any revenue coming from that straight away. It'll be more on this is what it is, this is what's going to happen, and there'll be a longer wait. So that could be a catalyst in terms of the story, as Dan Ives was talking about, but not for actual numbers, not for the fundamentals. So quarter after quarter, we're going to see, we may see some lackluster financials, but this, by the way, this is not financial advice. It's just general entertainment and education purposes. Here, you need to seek your own financial advice and do your own work. And Tesla, of course, is very divisive, so it's not a recommendation to buy or sell at all, needless to say.
Get to the road ahead for Tesla in just a minute. Could I use that pun one more time? But Garrett, on a serious note, our data team working overtime. I want to show you a chart when it looks at the gross auto margin for Tesla. The slide that we've seen in gross auto margin, how concerning is that if you're a Tesla investor? I mean, really margin, that's really where they have the advantage over other automakers.
It is concerning, and it's a reflection of EV pricing that has come down so much over the past year and a half. And also the recent launch of the Cybertruck. Anytime you launch a new model, especially a kind of a niche product like the Cybertruck that's more difficult to mass produce than, say, the Model 3 or the Model Y, that's really going to weigh on margins overall. And so, they indicate
it's true. Was it a mistake to produce the Cybertruck when they did? Should they have been going for this cheaper model, say 25K? I mean, there are reports here BYD in China is bringing out pretty cheap models, and should Tesla have done that first? BYD is selling a lot. Of course, there's 100% tariffs in the US, so they can't really sell there. But one of them was, I think, $11,000 for an SUV equivalent. But even with the 100% tariffs, that's cheap. But it's hard to. It's equivalent. Would they have to change it for the US market? There are all these kinds of things. But having said that, was it a mistake to produce Cybertruck? Even though some people think it's an iconic vehicle, some people hate it. A lot of celebrities are buying it. Is it good from that point of view, but not necessarily for the fundamentals just yet? How will it ramp up? Will it ramp up to be a lot, or is it a kind of niche product?
Indicate on the call, they haven't yet hit the point of profitability on the Cybertruck. They're continuing to ramp that up, and so that's really weighed on margins. But long term, we still like the story. We think there's significant margin expansion potential over time as they sell more full self-driving subscriptions and as they continue to improve their product there. And so, importantly, software sales are extremely high margin, unlike auto manufacturing, which is very low margin business. And so over time, that's going to be accretive to their margins.
Yeah, okay. So getting to the software, obviously gross margin for software is huge. If you look at some of the SaaS software companies, if they can do that, become more software, FSD, that is a kind of line of sight to much better margins and much better profitability rather than just selling autos, the metal benders, notoriously low margins. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments about, do you think that what's going to happen to Tesla in the short term and in the long term? Let me know in the comments. I might be making another video on Tesla today over at the Art of Value channel. I'll leave a link in the description to the Art of Value if you're not subscribed over there. But do subscribe here and drop us a like if you've got value out of this video. It's a new channel to help the algorithm to find this channel. And also don't forget to check out ShareSite there for that special offer. And I'm going to put a link on screen to what YouTube thinks that you should watch next now, and a subscription link to this channel. So go and see that video now if you want to. And thanks to everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.